Hello, everybody. Now it's 1 o'clock, so we can start. Welcome to this webinar, which is one of the series of 12 webinars in this year about the new Eurocode 5 that will come into force in 2027-28. And my name is Radoslav Postava, and I'm responsible for Eastern Europe technical product support at ESVE, and it's really a pleasure to welcome all of you. We will record the webinar, and a link will be sent out afterwards if anyone wants to go or something for some reason have to leave. This will take about half an hour, including questions. We will turn off microphones of everyone except the speakers to avoid too much background noise and disturbance. Please end not to release the pool number 1 for everybody. Yeah, now, Enno, your microphone is off.
Yeah, I've just maybe wanted to say that the first poll is related to SWOT calculation service, and just feel free to look at that, as many of you probably are taking part many times of this academy. We are not asking that at this time.
Okay. The agenda is as follows: a quick introduction to ESVE. After that, Enno Tukkanen from Tech Estonia Tech University, who is also active in developing for the new Eurocode 5 for timber structures, will talk about the principles behind the calculation of screw joints in transverse low timber structures. In switching period from Enno to Eero to Enno, we will write short pull question number 2. After that, Enno, who has a technical sales support in East Iran region, will show how to use ESVE web-based design program for timber structure. It's called SWOT, to do this type of the calculation. The program is free of charge and also web-based, so there's nothing you need to talk to IT about to get through firewalls and stuff like that. And after that, we will have a moment where we take any question to Eero and Enno. You can also post them in the chat in these Teams meetings. That's open now, and we will try to answer you at the end, or we'll contact you after the meeting. Thank you for your answer and poll.
Yeah, I would say that we first ask this time Eero's round to present. Actually, I was sharing still the screen, Radoslav, so you didn't take over, but that's okay. Eero, could you be so nice and take your lead?
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to be here again, and we will continue our Small Bites webinar about new Eurocode. And today's topic, as last time, was cold formed steel connectors. Today, I briefly give overview about the special connectors in the new Eurocode. Some of them you know, some of them not, but let's check it out. The first one is split ring and shear plate connectors, which are commonly used in Germany or German-speaking countries, and these connectors look quite old-fashioned. So these are two types, the split ring and the shear plate. The difference between these two are that the split ring use bolt just for hold the connection together, but the shear plate, or in other words, bulldog-tubel, and this also uses bolt as a load carrying to increase load carrying capacity. So if we use this bulldog tubel, we can increase the load carrying capacity up to twice. But why it is still in the current Eurocode? The first reason is that these split ring connectors can have very good load carrying capacity, and nowadays it's easy to create the holes with CNC machines for this type of connectors. And these bulldog type connectors can be very useful in renovating timber structures. If we, let's say, we use the old structures, we demolish them and we want to reuse the timber in some other place, or we want to put the same structure together again, we can use this as an additional load carrying capacity in the connection. And also the good thing in this bulldog type tubel is that this will minimize the slip what we have in the bolt connections. So if the bolt connection is ready and we will load it, first we get the small slip before the bolt connection start taking the load. But if we use the bulldog tubel between the timber elements, we can avoid the first slip and we can get stiffer connection. Maybe the only problem is the implementation or how we built the structure. This bulldog tubel needs a certain force to press that into the timber. I have done myself many years ago some tests, and actually it's possible to hammer it into the timber, but it's not the highest quality. But there are some hydraulic equipment available. We can also use that on site to press this type of tubel into the timber. So you can use it as it is, and this chapter is not too much changed compared to the current Eurocode. The second type of connection is punched metal plate fasteners. Metal plate fasteners are moved to the Annex F because these are mostly related to the producer, and the producer give the required parameters for design, and design rules are the same, but in the new Eurocode there are more examples or more situations shown what to consider when we design the punched metal plate fasteners. Last time I spoke about this reminders in new Eurocode, that if you create a connection like this, you are reminded that you have to also check the the tension perpendicular to the grain in the connection, and many different situations. The new connection type is a connection with expanded tube fasteners. It's a special type of connector, but the steel tube itself is not special. There is a strength class given. It can be normal steel tube, but the implementation or how to press that into the wood is special or needs special equipment. And the idea of this steel tube fastener is to increase the load carrying capacity of the connection, reduce splitting, because this type of connection uses densified wood in the connection, and also the stiffness is higher because there is no play in this type of connection as we have in the bolt connection. It's developed together with seismic standard, so this type of connection is mostly related to the seismic region. Question from the last session. Actually, this was the question not from the Baltic webinar, but from Sweden webinar. But as I have this information here, someone asked last time that do we have in the new Eurocode design rules for bolted connection which are placed in circles? The answer is yes and no. So-called moment-resisting connections in the new Eurocode are there are only given these spacings and end distance rules for such type of connection, but not the design model, because design models can be different, and this type of connection is calculated according to normal Johansen connection, but the only rule which the Eurocode gives for this type of connection is the spacings and edge distances. And the next topic, which is our last presentation in this half year, is additional provisions to connections. And in this lesson, I will talk about a little bit additional provisions and the other annexes in the new Eurocode. So this is all from my side. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Thank you, Eero. As we're gonna have a next time for half of this year in 19th of June, so please feel free to think about what is your open questions for this time, and feel free to find the time to participate also next time. From my side, I will take a little bit overview about myself, as I saw that 50% of the users of SWOOT haven't done the registration yet or haven't used yet. So maybe I will take the lead of the screen from Radek U, and coming this one, and looking from a screen sharing point of view, then we will guide you a little bit towards to where to find also SWOOT calculation program or other support tools from our website very quickly, and then we go for inclined connection. Today's focus was to look at different from previous time. Previous time we were looking at metal connectors, but all applications we are not able to cover with metal connectors which are out of the 90 degrees. So we will look at into some, let's say, declined connections which are on the angle, either one downwards or sidewards. And to look now from a website, I have in front of me open Latvian website. Those who speak in Estonian or Lithuanian can easily switch the website, but what I'm guiding is that for engineers, here you will find the site where you can choose concrete, for example, or you can choose timber. And we have also calculation program for concrete. And when you go to the timber side, then you will find here the calculation program a little bit lower for SWOOT calculation program. For timber, you will find also BIM bibliothèque. So when you click it here, you will get it to the 2D and 3D drawings. So feel free to find all those locations, and you can easily then follow us. So I will take in the login area. Who are first time logging in, that 50%, then fill in your all contacts info. That will be used in your printout sheet, which we will look also together. And then right away, you as a calculation maker, your description is right away copied from the sign up also to that printout sheet. But I will log in here as already user. And at the moment, we have here two choices, lateral connection and axial loaded connection. And as promised, we will look at not the 90 degrees connection, but we will take a look on the angle connection. And just from the practical point of view, we can change here the angle. Let's say make it even sharper. Let's make it 50 degrees, for example. And to go for parameters of the timber, you can select it here. And you can have also instead of glue lamp, you can have ordinary timber, for example, and a little bit higher grade on C24, for example. You can also change here parameter. But in a quick point of view, if we look at such application and go how installers like to install it quick, then installer often like to install it faster this way, because it's cross on that main beam or main rafter. And if I go very quick calculation service here, then there is not so many choices at the moment. It gives only one choice. And even here we need to look at also on a red marked perpendicular load. So there is an option also to move this cross-fixing a little bit lower area. Then we go back, and if we move it on a lower area, then we're going to have a risk factor that moving from up to lower, that we might not find any application at all. So the best choice in this part is to keep the connection along the side beam direction. So we're going to have it from here, the look that the fasteners go along the side beam to the rafter. And let's say in the first calculation, the connection is up here in a draft mode on this calculation tool. You can also select here service class. For example, we go on roofing, often a service class 2. Here you can put some design load or permanent loads on it, change the figures, and when you go for the design calculation, then you will find it out that we are a little bit limited on this type of connection with the length of 245. The others, we should do some additional calculation to see does it fit or not, or secure all the loaded area. But here is a small trick which you could play. So when you go back and move this cross-fixing a little bit lower, so you choose it here in, let's say, middle fixing. So I put it here. So before was here up, now we go lower fixing. And we still keep the direction along the side beam. There is also option for pre-drilling here on the bottom. But at the moment, we don't need that due to the wooden parameters. And we go for design. Then in this case, we see that we have a good choice starting with fastener length from 160 millimeter, which is a lot more competitive compared to the 245 what we had before. And now if that safety factor on 51.61 is not satisfying you, then you are able to look here a small arrow in the front. When you click that arrow part, or we go here on arrow part, let's say, then we have here another choices. So we can have even 2 cross fixings here, which means it brings us 4 fasteners in overall in this connection. So let's say our choice is to go with this one. So you having here upper level also a fastener filter. If you wanted to reduce some selection of fastener, let's say you want to leave it out countersunk head and flat head or hex head, then you click them and it will sort it out there. But also you wanted to add your project addresses. You can do that as well. So those all opportunities are. I will put it here just as the Academy, for example, as a project sample, then you see how it could come up. And to get your report of this application, we get it here. So when you click on report, then it comes to you and you are able to download it. Here it comes. And the Academy was filled up here. You will get all the wood parameters. You will get the fastener properties with technical values. You will find here your data, which is with your name, company name, email address, and phone number, so everyone can be contacted. And here you will and find the standards, which according to is followed. And this is the page you can print it out for installers. And if you wanted to double check manually how the calculation is made, then it's on the back side, than other pages. So you're able to go step by step through and see, is it really according to that, which I was planning to have it. I will also maybe use opportunity to show another sample as well, unenclosed connection, for example, roofing here, where we like to make the roofing connection on a first draft or default application. The connection is a little bit upper. And when we go here for application, maybe I will make a trick that common rafter width is 45 millimeter. If I will change that 45 here, and that's where the common is 250 maybe, and we have ordinary timber, and we leave the rest of it as it is, then we go for design, then it could be a situation that we don't find any fastener. If many of them maybe know what is the reason, but its reason is the width of the 45 and the fixing, cross fixing here. There is not enough room for edge distance to fulfill this application. If that could be a wider wood, then we can easily handle it. But with narrow wood, I would say that it doesn't help even if we move this connection lower. So only thing what we can do here is to do a parallel fixing. And in that parallel fixing, we will find a solution for this. And now we see that we have a whole bunch of fasteners. We don't have any red mark to pay attention or recalculate. And if we are not feeling safe on this connection, for example, we have it in assortment everywhere 160, and we wanted to use the cylindric fastener with 160, then we can also select here more fasteners in it. And then the safety factor goes on 35% level. In some cases, at such application, I recommend to use full threaded fastener. If we use, for example, a double threaded fastener here on ETT, then in ETT case, we have a situation, for example, similar 5 fastener, where, let's take it that way, we need to have here one additional fastener in it to make this wood stiff on connection, because the double threaded have also traction force, which pulls the connections together. And it's a risk factor on angle fixing when it's no cross fixing, that it will pull that rafter up here. Let's say make it bigger for you. And when we don't have here cross another fastener which help to hold, then it double-threaded fastener will move it a little bit higher and will take the leveling out from the rafter position. But who are experienced installers, they know that they leave, let's say, 8 or 9 millimeter lower or 10 millimeter. That rafter starts installing on 45 degrees, and it will pull that rafter in a correct position. So it's very much depend on how also installer is skilled to use this application. But this is all from my side. We have just 5 minutes to go. Overall, I thank you very much watching us. Coming back to that presentation part, I think I would say that ask for pull-out test services, look into the concrete calculation program. We actually forgot to ask some poll questions. So before I go forward, you think what you wanted to ask as a question from our side. And I will raise here a quick feedback about our external speaker, Eero. And I will raise here a quick poll questionnaire. You can have multiple answers. And who have been several times. So look at, did you like so far overall Eero's feedback and academical training? What could be different way? Was it useful or not? And yeah, give us the feedback, and we will be very happy to improve also the way in autumn. Yes, so far we have get some feedback, and we see that it's running on A2, P1, and P2 quite an even level. So it looks like everybody's engineer, and more preferred is that it's been useful. Eero, thank you very much on that side. Who is still giving a feedback, feel free to do it. And looking forward also questions to the day's academy. But as I kindly forgot to ask the poll question between mine and the Eero's presentation, then I will raise another poll as well right away. And that is just how we could improve the SWOT calculation program. In your opinion, who is just saw that now one presentation, or who have been using it already. So feel free also to give us feedback here. So how do we go on? Any questions? I'm checking a chat field. If you have personal questions and don't feel comfortable to ask it here, then you can ask or come back to us, either on me or Radoslav. We are your closest Eastern European support. You did find in a calendar invitation also on the bottom my calendar, where you can look for 3-4 different options, either one 15 minutes feedback, quick training, or if it's needed for product training, feel free to ask us to come and visit you. It's no problem. So we are very happy to come and support you on technical and engineering side. I think we haven't received any questions yet. So it's 13:29. We have 1 more minutes to go. And I just ask you feedback also. How did you like it today? Do you, Radoslav, see any questions on chat field? I haven't having a moment to look at that.
Not yet. No, it's nothing.
Okay. The overall feedback shows a positive figure. So far, it runs above the 4, so we are at the moment 4.5 points level out of 5. And if I'm coming back to the third question related to S-Wood, then there was a 40% I need support, and I'm very happy about S-Wood software. I do not need support, sorry. So but it's still evenly another 20, 20, and 20. So there where people need a support or looking for a wider application range, or there is also some who using another program. But thank you. It's 13:31. We are over the time. See you everybody on 19th of June at 10 o'clock Eastern time. And then we have a subjects of working life for fasteners in EAD documents. And Eero already introduced his part of the training. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Bye. Have a nice day for everybody.